These are 3 hard-earned jewels that'll save you blood, sweat, and tears. We have to learn them the long way. You don't have to.
1, 2.
It's 3 the hard way.
I think being first generation Nigerian American has affected the way that I work because of the expectations. I grew up in a home where my parents were very big on don't forget about the good things where you come from and don't pick up some of the negative things here. Try to pull the best from both. Yeah, there's things that I'll just never do because culturally it's just not acceptable. I always tell my kids like your last name is more important than your first name. For that, I try to always make sure I'm putting that last name in the best light possible. Culture plays a huge part. I think the approach to potential solutions, it can be a source of inspiration, it can be a source of foundation, but it doesn't have to be your culture that defines your style of creativity. I love Swiss design, and so that's reflected in some of the work that I do, but that's not necessarily my culture. Even though I'm Nigerian American, I'm also of hip hop culture. And I don't mean like detrimental hip hop, I mean like the core elements of hip hop. It's a positive thing. Like you think about the things that you're going to say, the things you're going to do, and how it's going to impact the people that are taking it in. And so that being instilled in me like impacts the way that I approach creativity. The biggest risk I think I've taken so far was when I moved to Florida. It was risky because it's a smaller market and it felt like, oh no, I don't know what I got myself into. I went to visit one time, like once for the job interview, and I've lived in Atlanta my whole life for the most part. Picking up and moving to another city, let alone another state, like is a big deal. So I have 3 sons, but like the youngest was just born. And so moving down there on my own, and then later on the family moving down with me was a lot. Uprooting and trying to build a whole new community and everything like that. Like it was just different, you know? And it was risky in the sense that I didn't know where it was gonna take me, where it was gonna lead me. Like when I went to go interview with them, I had them and I had 3 or 4 other options as well, and it just felt right. I love the fact that I felt appreciated. I worked hard and I learned more than anywhere else I've ever worked. I also got exposed to like just so many different things that I never would have expected to, that just broadened my horizons and just gave me a greater appreciation for life, I think, ultimately. But it also helped me find out exactly who I am and how I want to be and the way I want to approach creativity. It felt like this is where I'm supposed to go. So I made that move and I don't regret it one bit. That was one of the best parts of my career. I wish somebody would have told me how much everybody was pretending. I think there's so many people in the room that are so uncomfortable and don't know what's going to happen next. But everyone's trying to play cool, but it's like, you know, it's like the ducks that are moving across and it looks super smooth on top, but underneath their feet are just going crazy. That's to me like what it's like in those meetings. It's a lot of people in the room a lot of times that are very uncomfortable and don't know what to say, when to say it. They don't understand what's happening, or they're trying to figure it out, and they might have the same level of insecurities as somebody that's just starting out. Like, if I knew how much so many people were pretending through it, I think it might have been a little bit easier for me to find my way a lot sooner. It's not to say like everyone's incompetent or anything like that. It's just you're walking into the room and you feel like, I don't know what I'm talking about, and they're gonna treat me like I don't know anything. Somebody's gonna laugh and then they're gonna all point and then kick me out, and I'm, you know, like all of those crazy thoughts are going through somebody's head that's new to all of this, and it's so far from the truth. Most of the time, especially if you're in a room full of senior people, they all know what it's like to be in that position where you don't know how everyone's going to receive you. And so for the most part, people are decent, right? They're not gonna try to knock you down when they know like you're already struggling. But I think it's a reflection of the fact that the more you know, the more you know you don't know. Yeah, the more you know, the more you know you don't know, right? Oh.
It's that age-old children's book.
with lots of commas. But yeah, I think because of that, it's easier for you to empathize with somebody that's struggling for the first time in a situation, kind of root them on and help them get across the finish line.
1,